Women in wrestling.
We did not evolve.
We have always been here.
In the shadows.
Waiting, ready, motivated.
And now Ring of Honor places its spotlight on women.
And as we stretch our arms to make space, we inspire.
As we put our babies to bed,
we create fairy tales. And as we lace up our boots and wear our stilettos,
we chase dreams of gold.
We are strong. We are athletes.
We are passionate.
We are they.
This is Ring of Honor.
And this is women's wrestling.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Beyond the Bells, where we highlight all the action from the women's division of Ring of Honor and much more, right here on Women's Division Wednesday. I'm your host, Alyssa Marino. I'm joined by the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, Maria Kanellis-Bennett, and our expert analyst, multi-time champ, LuFisto. How are you doing today?
Good and bad.
Ups and downs.
Wrestling good, COVID bad.
Sadly,
so
such
weird.
is life.
Yeah. So weird right now. It's like everyone's getting so excited for shows and everything's starting back up, and like there's so much opportunity, so much talent, and then it's like, and COVID. It's like it just takes people's legs out or something. It's just Yeah.
And it's just been doing it. But I feel like regardless of everything, there is still this little bit of excitement, getting into the holiday spirit. And, I think as a special treat for our friends at home, we've got a Women's Division Wednesday exclusive match as Delmi Exo of Team Sea Stars takes on the non-binary nightmare, Max the Impaler. Enjoy.
Welcome, everybody, to Women's Division Wednesday. Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman, and you know what that music means, Caprice.
You're about to see a hot mess.
Yeah. One of my absolute favorites. One of our favorite partners here on Women's Division Wednesday. That timed it right that time.
Yeah,
I get used to that eventually. Joining us at the commentary position, one of the top competitors here in the Ring of Honor Women's Division and all across. Look at this gentleman. Look at this gentleman. Caprice Coleman, Ian Riccaboni, and Chelsea Green, the hot mess, joining us for this outstanding Women's Division Wednesday bout. And we don't know exactly how the cookie may crumble here in Ring of Honor, but we hope Chelsea Green will be a part of this for as long as we can, Chelsea.
Baby, I'm here to stay.
I like the words of that. And we know that you and the Hex have had your issues with the Allure as of late. And this is a young woman, Chelsea, who you met her sister one-on-one. And I didn't quite catch the pun until a few weeks ago. This is a Sea Star, and we'll get to that after the official introduction.
This is a Women's Division Wednesday match, set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, wrestling out of the Ocean State, she's representing the Sea Stars, Delmi Exo.
So happy to have Delmi Exo here. Of course, her sister, Ashley Fox, a real catch. And did you? You're probably much quicker on the uptake than I am. The Sea Stars sisters.
The Sea Stars, they are amazing. Delmi is an absolute go-getter.
Absolutely. We love to see Delmi here in the Ring of Honor Women's Division. And we love to see this woman as well, who made history as a manager, managing the World Tag Team Television and World Champions all at the same time. With a snap of a finger, though. From the light comes the darkness. And they are a master of gratuitous violence. They are a master of destruction, and they have their eyes set on victory here this Wednesday.
Her opponent, being accompanied by Amy Rose, wrestling out of the wasteland, Max the Impaler.
And Chelsea, you just shot me a look like, what do you do against somebody like Max?
They give me chills. When Max comes out here, I get the creeps.
Yeah, me too. Still do.
And the t-shirt that you can buy on shophonor.com, it says Beauty and the Beast. It has Amy Rose and Max the Impaler.
Did we just lose a cameraman?
Yeah, I think Gator's down. Gator's down. No, that's our good buddy Seth, who unfortunately is down. Back up to his feet. And they are back up to their feet with Amy Rose. So very exciting times. We will see Delmi Exo here in Ring of Honor's women's division. One half of the Sea Stars going one-on-one against Max the Impaler. Chelsea, you're very familiar with the Sea Stars. Had that great match against Ashley Vox just a couple of weeks ago. What can you tell us? What can we expect out of Delmi Exo here?
Delmi is a guy's girl. So Delmi might surprise us right now today. I don't know, man. Max is just terrifying, and so I don't want to make any calls yet.
Well, Amy Rose adhered to the Code of Honor for Max Capri. She said, "I'm sorry," as she shook her hand.
And she went in with a smile, and when she finished, it was all confusion on her face. She was like, what did she just say to me?
See, Delmi can hang. I have some confidence in her.
And Delmi is one of Max's first opponents that has some of the similar physical attributes like height, like reach.
Well, and that's something I think Max is not used to. And it might catch them off guard a little.
Into the corner, the strength, though. I don't know that anybody can match the strength of Max the Impaler.
No,
it's almost like she's a little intimidated now, and that intimidation factor is not something you bring into the ring. You try to hide it as much as possible, but when it's visible, it gives them more to play off of.
Oh, wow. Over the single leg into the gut wrench there. Max the counter side headlock here. And we haven't seen too many people actually try and wrestle Max. It's interesting, when Holodead faced Max, she tried to fight her. When Angelina fought Max, she tried to fight her.
Well, and this might be where we see Max thrown off their game. Wrestling.
Absolutely. With someone as tall as Delmi is, it gives her a little bit of a different look here.
Uh-oh. Have we woken the beast?
Yeah, they are awake. And Delmi better be careful.
Well, she's still in the game there. She's still trying it. She's not being it.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what I was gonna say.
Wow.
Just canceled all that.
Sent down to the mat, just collapsing Delmi and not letting her get back to any kind of vertical position.
But one thing I love about both of the Sea Stars is, again, you cannot get rid of them this easy. They will fight, both of them.
Are you kidding me?
Look at this, hand around the throat. One half of the Shimmer World Tag Team Champions in trouble here. Sent into the corner. And Max, they are looking for blood right now. They smell blood in the water. Just tossing Delmi Exo.
Oof. You know, you gotta wonder what it's like coming out here as a tag team, an established tag team, without your tag partner.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
In a singles match against somebody like
damn!
Oh!
I mean, we even see it now with Marty Bell and with Allison Kay, two great single stars in their own right, but they've gotten so used to teaming together as the Hex that their singles matches, I don't want to say they've lost a step, but they're more focused on tag team wrestling.
You absolutely need that person still in your corner because you're so used to their energy.
Yeah.
Into the corner, big boot. Of course, the Hex, the NWA tag team champions.
Is she smiling?
I can't believe Delmi is up after that curb stomp.
And look at that. She is fighting back. She's giving it all she has at this point.
There
off
you
the
go,
ropes.
Delmi. Come on, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Come on now, let's see what you got.
Drop kicks there. And looking for the Irish whip instead. They send Delmi into the corner. Oh, back elbow connects. Now Delmi, second rope on the inside.
Oh!
Delmi Exo connects. 1, 2.
Rarely do we see Max down like that.
Yeah.
She's got to take advantage of it here. Delmi Exo has Max down to the mat. To your point, Chelsea, very rarely Are they ever in this kind of positioning?
Absolutely. Take advantage of this, girl.
And trapping the arm. Looking for a crossface here.
She has it locked.
Hands clasped.
You say, Max.
Give up.
Across the jaw. The dreadlocks in the eyes.
But we know they're not giving up that easy.
No.
Oh, ripped out. She's ripped out.
And
She's
she
out.
is reaching, ripping, and grabbing. They are back to their feet. Max the Impaler ducks the clothesline. Back elbow misses off the ropes. Caught. They have Delmi in trouble. And welcome to the Wastelands.
Yeah.
Delmi Exo. Stacks her. And that's it.
Under the seat.
The winner of this match, Max the Impaler.
Big time victory here for Max the Impaler. Ring of Honor's women's division. Delmi Exo. What is she doing?
She's taking
It's like a
souvenir.
scalp.
Yeah.
Like she has taken something to signify her victory. Delmi Exo, great effort, but who's going to be able to stop Max? Is there anybody in Ring of Honor right this second? Chelsea, are you willing
no.
to,
Do not look at me,
Okay.
please.
I'm
That's terrifying.
It's inevitable that's going to happen.
That is absolutely terrifying, and I need a couple more matches under my belt. Oh, who do we see here?
Yeah, you see Ashley Vox,
Ashley Vox coming to her sister's aid.
as she should, and she's checking in here on Delmi Exo, and again, you know, these are the Shimmer Tag Team Champions, accomplished tag team sisters. And the wind knocks square out of her on the Wastelands.
I mean, you gotta wonder how her ribs are doing right now.
Well, she's under the sea.
Devastating move there.
Hey, you did good. You did good, okay? You did
And
good.
Ashley Vox encouraging. What? No.
Oh no.
Come on. Really?
No.
What? Why? This. We're just trying to get Delmi Exo some help here. To my knowledge, Mandy and Angelina are not medical professionals.
They're a problem is what they are.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say that looks like it hurts. And you know, when I wrestled Max, I won. And you, little sea bum, you failed.
Come on.
But you know, Mandy and I, we're givers. We're givers. And even though we've beat everybody that Ring of Honor has brought our way, Mandy and I have a little idea. Mandy, would you like to tell them?
Yeah, I mean, you know we're the best tag team in the world. And you're right, we do love giving opportunities here. And you know what? You guys just won tag titles recently, didn't you?
Come on.
And clearly you're not the greatest in singles competition. So I'll tell you what, how about...
Right now.
At this
Right
very
now?
moment.
The Allure versus the Sea Stars. Right now.
Right now. Oh, come on!
I don't think they had a choice in the matter.
No, and of course they would just sabotage. Yeah, they're the Shimmer Tag Team Champions, but she's hurt!
Notice they're going straight for the back because this is what they do, a classic Allure move.
And it's despicable. This is just picking at the bones. You know, under fair circumstances with rest and with recuperation, I'd love to see this tag team match, but they have stacked the deck. They've stacked the deck against the Shimmer Tag Team Champions, and this is uncalled for.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing. They're targeting the spot that Max injured.
So is this a match now?
Our referee has called for the bell. The bell has rung. And Ashley Vox, I mean, Ashley Vox is a fighter, so is Delmi Exo. They're not going to back down from a fight. But Max, I mean, it was a hard-fought bout against Max. You need time to rest, recover.
This might be a time where they should back down. And that's kind of the issue with that, you know, awesome go-getter spirit that they have. Never say no.
I don't think they had a choice in the matter.
No, you are right.
It's like the bell just rang.
That's it, Delmi, that's it.
And look at Ashley Vox. Ashley Vox, tag made. Angelina Love to Mandy Leon there. We've seen the battles here on Women's Division Wednesday between the Allure and the Hex. Oh, Mandy into Angelina.
Tag out, get her in.
Tag
there you
made.
go. This is what we need.
Ashley Vox, a real catch. Wow, split leg drop kick sends Mandy and Angelina down.
They messed with the wrong C-Star now.
And look at this, big open hands. Ashley Vox. Wow, big back elbow. Oh! Oh, hooks! Hooks the mouth! Fires through with a clothesline.
I've been on the receiving end of that one.
2.
It's a hook and line.
Hook line almost sunk her.
There you go.
I like you. You off, Jay. That's all right.
Into the clock. Oh, come on, right to the eyes. Right out of the view of the referee. Obstructed view. You can't call what you can't see. He didn't see it, so Mandy got away with it. 1. Just a 1 count there. Front face lock here.
They're just nasty.
Sure are. Kick to the midsection here.
Opportunists.
Mandy going to town as tag made to Angelina Love.
But you can see by the way that tag happened. They're a great tag team. Can't deny that.
I mean, they're absolutely on the same page. They're absolutely cohesive, but that doesn't mean they're good people.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Absolutely.
But it means they're good wrestlers.
Oh, into the corner, and they've isolated each member of the Sea Stars one at a time now. First taking advantage of the injured Delmi Exo, and now taking advantage of Ashley Vox here. Snapmare. Could be it. Hooks the leg cover. 1, 2. A lot of fight, a lot of spirit left in Ashley Vox. Hooks the leg again.
And Delmi looks to be on the outside, a little bit recuperated.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
A little bit.
I don't know if Vox wants to tag Delmi in. Knowing the condition that she's in. This match started with them being underdogs on both ends.
And of course the Allure would try and face the Shimmer champs in this manner. Of course they would jump them. Of course. Oh! But Ashley Vox is not going to go down without a fight in this non-title bout. Out of the way.
But Delmi's not in the corner.
Wow, nobody home.
And that is the experience of the Allure, specifically of Angelina Love, who wiped out Delmi Exo.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't deny these people are great tag team enthusiasts and great wrestlers on their own.
Yeah, they absolutely know what they're doing, that's for sure.
Angelina Love now front face lock on Ashley Vox. Vox trying to fight out at least to a neutral corner. Instead goes to the corner of the Allure, and it's Mandy Leon and Angelina Love double teaming Ashley Vox. Snap suplex there. Hooks the leg. 2. Just a 2 count.
Mandy a little surprised with the heart of Vox.
And now the knee to the spine of Ashley Vox. Is wrenching it in. As bow and arrow, the knee implanted in between the vertebrae. Oh, God.
She's driving it in.
She said yes, I will ring the bell.
And trying to slip out of it. Instead, Mandy Leon maintains control with a front face lock.
Block.
Suplex blocked by Vox, and again. And nice standing switch by Vox. Sends Mandy into her corner. And Delmi Exo makes the tag. Clothesline, nobody home. Delmi Exo, big time clothesline. That one sends down Angelina Love. And one for Mandy Leon. And the Allure's reeling right now as Delmi Exo finding her footing, finding her breath. Northern Lights.
She's alive.
And Ashley wants a tag. And a flurry of offense leads to the return of Ashley Vox. Oh! Great tag team combination. Hooks the leg.
This would do it.
2 count there.
That was a very close count there.
We're almost on even playing field now.
Yeah.
And quick tags, and this is what the Sea Stars are all about. They were a little bit disoriented to start, and who could blame them, but now they're on the same page. Wow! Plants down Angelina.
This is 2.
Hooks the leg. 2.
I was going to say, Mandy might have to try to break that as 2 big impact moves that Angelina had just taken.
Oh, and Ashley Vox now sent to the outside by Mandy Leon. Kicked. Oh! Botox injection! Botox injection! hooks the leg.
Yep.
And that's it.
The winners of this match, the Allure.
And of course, they pinned the woman that was beaten after a hard-fought effort after 10 grueling minutes against Max the Impaler. Of course, Chelsea, that's who they target.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, and this is very much true to the Allure's character right here.
And you know what? I'd like to see this with the Sea Stars having rested, with them having composed themselves.
Absolutely.
Because I think the outcome may be a little bit different, or at least the match would be quite a bit more competitive. Great effort by the Sea Stars, who were not expected to compete in a tag team bout here tonight. The Allure clearly had other intentions, though they are your winners. For Caprice Coleman, Chelsea Green, I'm Ian Riccaboni. Happy wrestling, everybody.
So it just goes to show that when the Allure is lurking around, you just never know what's going to happen on Women's Division Wednesday.
Yeah, they just see a tag team and they're like, let me get in there. Let me just, mess things up a little bit for them. And, I have to get out there and give opportunities, as Mandy likes to put it.
Heavy air quotes. It's
like, kick me when I'm down, like literally down on the ground. And
I love how they right away went, they first attacked Ashley, but they isolated Delmi right away, who just had a match with Max the Impaler of all people. They're they singled her out, which was a great plan, let's admit it, but still right away, let's kick the one that's already down.
And let's just even take it back to our first planned match. I feel like for the first time, and I think commentary mentioned it as well, someone that had similar height and similar reach. I mean, how much of Max's impact do you feel like comes from their physicality versus just their ominous presence, their presentation, having Amy Rose in the corner? It's like Max is this full package, but when you take the physicality away, how much more of a factor is Max?
And I feel like Delmi was very focused too on the task ahead. She didn't seem scared of anything. She was like, I'm here. I have a game plan. I feel like she studied Max. She knew, right away from the start, goes into a headlock. Usually people don't do that with Max. She's like, well, usually Max, they will attack. They will hit people right away. So I'm going to go wrestling, which is a great plan. And right away, I feel like Max was like, what is she doing? She kind of they kind of looked at her and then pushed her back into something more physical. But I think Max was a little confused by Delmi's plan, and she gave her a great Delmi gave her a great opposition. So nothing to be ashamed about.
No, absolutely not. And I think another strong factor is you have Amy Rose at ringside. Amy Rose I was actually, I've seen this in the past where Amy Rose has actually almost taken this mask sort of muzzle off of Max, and Amy Rose snaps her fingers and then Max kind of comes into action. I mean, how much control do we feel like Amy has over Max? I mean, Amy's someone that manages the unmanageable, but I just kind of want to see how much you think Amy Rose has control over the Impaler.
So what I've noticed about managers is they allow people to still be themselves. And the best managers in the world know how to manage people. Manage, not control. Manage. And in a sense, by managing them, you are controlling them. But if you become too controlling of this, and this, sometimes people like Max the Impaler would have kind of an outbreak of anger. So Amy is there and she's present, but not overly controlling. And that's what helps Amy get all these types of wrestlers that she's managed in the past. And people know that Amy is someone that gets stuff done. Like she knows how to deal. She knows how to cross boundaries. And I'm sure that Amy had a lot to do with Max's appearance in the first hour final battle. So, wrestlers trust Amy. And that's a huge thing in this industry.
That's why Amy has a great resume. How many champions did she manage? So as a client, you would want to trust someone like Amy Rose. And what I actually loved about Amy, she's the one who did the code of honor. She told to tell me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like she knew.
Yeah, it's almost like some kind of voodoo that she's like, I'm shaking your hand while I'm placing a hex on you. Not the hex, but a hex.
A hex. We have to distinguish these things.
Yes.
And Amy certainly is a history-making manager. Amy knows how to finesse things. So yes, this does all kind of come into play where Amy knows exactly how to balance. And I want to even go back to Delmi Exo. So part of Team C-Stars was referred to by commentary as a go-getter. And I think we're exactly right that Delmi gave Max a run for their money in this match. And I think that, but possibly being so established as part of C-Stars, part of an established tag team, maybe Delmi wasn't used to kind of being at a numbers disadvantage. Not that Amy Rose got super involved, but even just the presence of someone else at ringside. How much do you feel like mentally that may have taken a toll on Delmi in this match?
I think it's always annoying to have someone at ringside. Even if they're not involved, will they keep screaming, they make noise, they're disturbing. So yeah, there's always something when there's a manager, something bothering you. And yeah, she's used to be a tag team. She's actually a tag team champion. Mentioned a few often that they were the Shimmer tag team champions, and they've won other championships, I believe. So yeah, she's used to have her sister cheer for her and guide her, and now there's just Amy. So for sure, it's disturbing.
I feel like when I'm out there managing, even though I'm not involved all the time, I see eyes darting at me. Like, where are they? Where are they? And that alone is just so distracting. And even people on my own team, it's like, there's just an awareness of where is Maria out there. So I'm sure it's the same with Amy. And for Max, it's where's Amy? What does Amy want me to do? And for Delmi, it's where's Amy? I don't want Amy to tell Max what to do. So, there's just that little bit of extra distraction.
You're definitely right about that. And I think that Max is someone that has always been kind of, I don't know if composed is the right word, but very focused, I'd say, in their matches. But, sometimes, and Maria, you can confirm this, when you are a manager for a team, sometimes you end up getting speared on the apron if you get too involved. So I think Amy's been able to balance these things when it comes to
I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna say it.
This is always a factor.
There's just a danger you put yourself in when you're out there. If something happens, it's it when you go out there. I don't think Amy's afraid of it. You can't be afraid of it while you're out there. You have to know you're putting yourself in harm's way every second that you're out there. I thought some Briscoe was going to land on my head. That match was crazy. Or Taven. Like, Taven comes over. He looks like a 747. He's gigantic. He takes up so much space. He's like, I'm coming in. And he flies. It's just so with Max out there, I'm sure Amy knows that at any point, Max could mistake Amy for being an opponent. So Amy puts herself in harm's way. But Amy's been out there with Rouge and a whole bunch of other people. So it's like, Rouge is no one.
I was going to mention, I think Rouge dived on her by mistake one day. And I'm like, oh my God, she's dead. She's dead. But she's back. She's back. She's up.
You just have to accept it. This might happen.
It's true. Our managers are made of tougher stuff. You have to be. Now, Lufisto, I wanted to take this to you because I noticed something and I wanted to get your take on this. So I don't feel like with Max being the dominant force that they are, I don't feel like we have ever seen Max being even relatively close to being submitted by anyone. And in this match, it looked like Delmi Exo was giving it her all. Gosh darn it. So is there anything that you feel like maybe could have been different, or do you feel like it's even foolish to attempt to get Max to that position?
No, I wouldn't say it's foolish, because when you look at Max's past match, and it was mentioned on commentary as well, everybody tries to fight Max. So submissions might be the answer to make them tap, to make them lose the match. That might be the answer. That's why I love that Delmi Exo, she went another route than everybody else. She's like, so far, nobody has been successful at fighting Max, so I'm going to go the wrestling way. And yeah, that could be it. That could be it. It didn't work this time, but I saw that Max, they were confused by what was going on. So, hey, she's on to something, that's for sure.
Definitely. And as we said, there might have been that numbers disadvantage game kind of going on, but it didn't stay at a disadvantage for long, because of course Ashley Vox, the other half of the Shimmer Tag Team Champs, came out to the ring after Delmi was taken to the wasteland. Then the Allure show up. So now Mandy Leon and Angelina Love said that they're the best tag team in the world, and that they challenged the Sea Stars to this impromptu tag team competition. Do you think that there was a sense of the Allure knowing that they were just going to kind of go in picking at the bones sort of thing?
Yeah, but I mean, the Sea Stars are champions for a reason. They're really resilient. And there was a time where Ashley was beating them up pretty good until they were able to get control back again, because of course they went right to Delmi, who just wrestled Max. So they had a good game plan, but it could have backfired, definitely.
Yeah, especially with Ashley still being fresh.
Mhm.
Ashley is she's a force. I mean, she may be on the smaller in stature, and but she's a force. She reminds me so much of Quinn in a lot of ways. There's just something mighty about her. And I think I've watched her grow. Like I seen her when she was just starting to train. She had trained at Wrestle Kingdom with Taven and with Mike. And so it was like I've watched her from a baby, basically. And she's just grown as a wrestler. I can't wait to see what comes next for her. But I truly believe that she could have won that match, with just a couple of different tweaks along the way, because I do think she is so good.
Do you feel like the Allure underestimated the Sea Stars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, and speaking of the Allure, and maybe they were coming off of this momentum from Final Battle, do you feel like this was the way to keep that momentum going? Did they turn over a new leaf? Apparently not.
So, I mean, I feel like there was a little bit of emotion and everything at Final Battle, and they got into the moment, and we're going to hug and we're going to do all this stuff, and Mandy's going to take a moment in the ring, and then they're like, no, I showed people that other side. Not happening today. I'm coming back out here. They just march on down.
I'm pretty sure they look back on, I was going to see the tape, but no, like the digital match or something. And they were like, ooh, what did we do?
How dare that happen to me?
Love.
And now they're like, nope, see, this is who we are. And then it all comes back around full circle. And, Chelsea was not very happy about what had happened either. So it's just, I think that there's still unfinished business there.
I don't know if the business will ever be finished. It's like there's always, the Allure is always coming up with something new or something equally kind of crappy to do to somebody. Because I think that at the end of the day, they are bullies. But
yeah.
So okay. It's bullies that won, but yeah, bullies nonetheless. And maybe I think at Final Battle, when everyone was hugging, maybe they saw in watching back the tape that they saw the look on Allison Kay's face, and maybe that just kind of like made them angry again. Who knows? Who knows? She was very reluctant to hug. This could happen. That was a love fest, and AK was not looking thrilled with it. But you know, my friends, with the women's division, it ain't over till it's over. And we still have more action coming your way with the Christmas edition of ROH TV. So be sure to stay tuned this weekend as Holiday challenges Roxy for the ROH Women's Championship. Now, my friends, how do you feel like the implications of this could affect the challenge that was laid out by the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo at Final Battle? Was that just for Roxy? Was that for the ROH Women's Champion? What if the title changes hands this holiday?
So Deonna made several caveats in this up and coming possible match. Deonna wanted to keep the title that she already had, plus win the Impact Championship and face Roxy. So there are so many like steps to this. So Roxy needs to keep her championship and then face Deonna, who will have 2 belts at that time. So there's a lot of like ifs, maybe, sort of, that could happen. But boy, what a match that could be. So I feel as if Holiday's also going to look at this and go, ooh, maybe I could have that opportunity. Maybe I could face Deonna over there if she gets 2 belts. So there are so many different like possibilities out of this weekend's match that I think that this is one to watch.
I mean, yeah, 1,000%. So yes, this is Deonna Purrazzo has to both maintain the AAA Reign the Reigns Championship, and then win the Knockouts Championship at Hard to Kill on January 8th, and then challenge for the ROH Women's Championship in a winner-take-all match. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? The world is the virtuoso's proverbial oyster, maybe? I don't know. I would be very curious to see Roxy versus Deonna, of course, but I would also be very curious to see how Deonna might fare with the other side of darkness in Holiday. So either way, there is just a lot of excitement happening.
Yeah, I mean, and you have Mickie James in all of this.
Obviously,
so like,
this is such a factor.
Then
we even get to that point.
You know, just Mickie James. I mean, come on. Deonna has to beat Mickie James in order to win the Knockouts Championship. So Deonna's got a lot to do as well. So Roxy has to beat the darkness. And then on the other side, Deonna has to beat Mickie James. So yeah, I mean, and out of all of this, Roxy has the least amount of experience. And I think she's like so young and inexperienced compared to these other women.
I would really like to be a fly on the wall, and let's say Holiday wins. I would like to see Deonna's reaction when she goes, oh, I thought I was wrestling Roxy with less experience, and now I'm facing this person from the other side of darkness, and the plan goes like somewhere else, and then she has to rethink and
Yes.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
And because I mean, I would assume that Deonna would go into a match with Roxy and look at her and be like, yeah, but I'm experienced, yeah, but I've been to Ring of Honor. I've done that style. I had a lot of unfinished business. I want that title to go on my wall, on my mantle. And I think that Rock would be going into that match with a ton of adversity. Whereas someone like Holiday, who's from the other side of darkness, be like, yeah, well, I got a ton of experience too. So, it's a totally different type of match.
And this is also considering whether or not Deonna Purrazzo, like how things shake out after Hard to Kill. So we got to wait and see what happens. But with other news to consider and thinking about our current reigning ROH Women's Champion, Roxy made some headlines over the past week as well, with a recent spotting at a WWE tryout, as well as an incredibly intense match at New Texas Pro. I don't know what the future is looking like for Roxy, but there are certainly some exciting things that have been happening for the Prodigy.
Yeah, so I knew about the WWE tryout for several weeks before Final Battle, and um, I just think that someone that is 20 years old and um, is so mature and well spoken at this point in her life. To have that opportunity is really cool. And I don't know what it's going to lead to right now. But I think for her to get that experience of going to a tryout is great for someone like her. I know that a ton of people are interested in Roxy, and who wouldn't be interested in the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion? Like, come on! So I think that the world is Roxy's oyster. I hope that wherever she lands, she's happy. There's a lot of great places to work right now, but not every place is for everyone. So it's wherever makes her heart happy. And that's what I hope for all of these women that are leaving Ring of Honor, possibly will come back in April, but wherever they land, happiness is key.
This is very true, and I think another incredible soul that we've seen on this journey through the quest for gold, Roxy's challenger at Final Battle, Willow. Recently, Ella J and I spoke to the Babe with the Power on the CCW podcast, In and Out the Locker Room, and there is just so human form of a ray of sunshine is Willow. I know that there's a lot of things kind of in the works for her. We have just seen her, and
I'm sorry, I love Willow so much.
You were getting emotional. I understand. We feel the same way because there are so much good things on the way for the competitors that we've seen across the quest for gold and across women's division Wednesday matches. And I'd love to just get your guys' take on Willow and where you think the future might take her.
I think I said it like the last time we spoke. I think the sky's the limit for her. She loves what she's doing. You can see it. You want her to be happy. You want to share that happiness. So yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of Willow in 2022.
Mm-hmm. Good. That is the hope. Well, whichever way the tides take anyone that we have seen some incredible competitors. We have seen some incredible matches through the women's division this year as we're, somehow already looking into 2022. So on Thursday, December 30th, we will be having a women's division marathon. It is the best matches from the whole year playing all day long across our YouTube channel. So be sure to check that out next Thursday, December 30th. But speaking of the sky being the limit and new potential things coming up, Lufisto, you had hinted online about some further progress with potential travels to the US. Do you have any updates that you can share with us?
I got my visa. I can wrestle wherever I want. I can stay wherever I want. I can do whatever I want. It's wonderful. It's happening. Lufisto's coming to America.
Oh, I cannot wait for the Lufisto Tour de Force. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Don't ruin that for me.
Coming for you. And Maria, any fun updates for you to share with us? Anything cool in the works?
Something.
Oh. Fair enough. Cody's got the notepad.
I got this, but I also got this right now. A lot of this and a lot of this. Something is coming down the pipe. Yeah, well, we'll put it that way. I mean, I so badly want to say more. But let's just say that we'll know soon.
We can deal with we'll know soon. So my friends, this has been a lovely time chatting with you all. Be sure to come back as we're breaking down the match from this weekend from our holiday edition, Holiday challenging Roxy for the ROH Women's Championship. So for Maria Kanellis-Bennett and Lufisto, I'm Alyssa Marino, and we will see you next time on Beyond the Bells.
Peace, friends.